Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Blue Cams coming at you with a brand new video, and obviously, as you can tell by the title of this video, this isn't going to be a normal video as to what I normally do on this channel. And let me just first say that I am still a little bit sick, so you might be able to tell the hoarseness in my voice, I guess you could say. So sorry about that. I'll hopefully be getting better here soon. But anyways, as you can once again see by the title of the video, this is why I think LeBron James is the best player in the league. Now, don't misconstrue that in any way. I don't mean he's the best player ever, even though I do believe he will eventually surpass Jordan one day. I know he's not there yet. He's on his way, but he's still not there yet. But aside from that, I just have a few points here that I want to talk about, and these are just going to be explaining my reasoning for saying that LeBron is the best in the league. So let me go ahead and start off by saying, number one, the MVP race that people think determines who is the best in the league. And of course, you know, it's called the most valuable player award, so obviously people think it means the most valuable player. However, people tend to overlook how it's actually determined, and that if you're LeBron James, it's really not the most important thing. So obviously, like, if you're not going for MVPs, you're not going to be in the MVP race. You know, Tyronn Lue's been sitting him out of games, but I assure you, if LeBron James really wanted to go for MVP, he would have no problem telling Tyronn Lue, like, hey, don't sit me out. Like, I'm going to play this game. Like, you know, I'm trying to get more minutes, trying to win that MVP. You know, like, obviously Tyronn Lue would have no problem with that. It is LeBron's team, pretty much. And now I'm not taking anything away from Russell Westbrook, because as you guys probably know, Russell Westbrook is going to average a triple-double this season, and that is no ordinary feat, I guess you could say. Nobody has averaged a triple-double an entire season since Oscar Robertson back in the 70s. And honestly, like, that's insane. That is literally insane that Westbrook is probably going to end up doing it. And props to him, because honestly, like, he is really an amazing player. But however, in saying that, I must say that even though Westbrook is going to win the most valuable player award, does not mean that he is actually the most valuable player in the league. Now, my reasoning for saying this isn't because, you know, LeBron is like so much better than Westbrook and Westbrook doesn't deserve it, even though Westbrook has better stats. You know, I'm not saying anything like that. It's just that, once again, if LeBron was going for MVP, he could have MVP. If LeBron really wanted to average a triple-double this season, he could. And he was doing it at the beginning. He was doing really well. And again, he's been sitting out of games and stuff, and his time's been going down. So obviously, he's not going to. And again, he's not going for MVP. So it's really not that big of a deal for him. But if the MVP award was based on playoffs and the entire well, let me just say, if it included the playoffs, I assure you LeBron James would be in that running. Playoffs, finals, which, you know, obviously LeBron James will be finals MVP this year, just like he was last year, unless the Warriors come out and surprise us. Now, I'm sure you guys saw that Christmas game. I was kind of worried. I was watching it. I wasn't sure if the Cavs were most certainly going to win with JR being out, but honestly, they pulled through, and I'm really happy for him. Now, again, there was a few bad calls in the game, and on both sides, of course, but more towards the Warriors side, they had some really shitty luck with the refs. But at the same time, you know, Cleveland still came through and won the game for their town. So again, I do think that LeBron will be the finals MVP this year. I don't really see any other way how he couldn't. I don't think they're going to lose to the Warriors. I may be wrong. I'm not going out on a limb here and saying like they are definitely going to win. I'm just saying, personally, I do believe he will. Like, I really think he will. But again, I don't know. They could lose. You never know. It's whatever happens. But now on to my second point. Obviously, LeBron haters are going to be watching this video and saying, well, Blue Cams, I mean, like, LeBron sucks, you know, like making up random points and stuff and coming at me like that. And let me just say, I am not a LeBron James fan. I'm not a Cleveland Cavaliers fan. I just don't like it hearing people disrespect LeBron James after all he has done for the league. Now, again, saying that, I am a Celtics fan, so you might also say, well, Blue Cams, your team's kind of suck and you have no superstars, so of course you're going to root for the best team in the league, and that's kind of true, I mean, to an extent. I mean, but the thing is, like, I've always liked Kyrie, and I know this is a normal bandwagon excuse, but I really do truly mean this, but I've really always liked Kevin Love. I remember the first time I ever watched him, it actually wasn't even in a game, it was in one of the three-point contests a few years ago in the Timberwolves, and after that I was just like, wow, I really like this guy. He seems like a cool dude, you know, he's really good at shooting for a big guy. And you know, he's a pretty cool dude. So I've always liked Kevin Love. And also, I've always been a really big Duke fan, so obviously I'm going to like Kyrie. Kyrie Irving is one of my favorite players. Uncle Drew, he's just awesome. He's really good, really well-rounded player, and I just like him a lot. And then obviously the guy we're talking about, LeBron James, you're probably saying, well, why do you respect LeBron so much? And again, it's really just, he's the best player in the league, you know? Like, I don't understand how people disrespect him and say that he's not. And again, that's coming from a guy who's like not a huge LeBron fan, you know? Like, I don't like some of the things he's done in the past, but I will respect him and his decisions and the fact that, again, he's the best player in the league. And now I know I've been saying this and I haven't really proved, or I haven't really brought up many points to prove anything that I've said here about LeBron being the best player in the league, but let me just say this. LeBron James is the perfect physical specimen for playing basketball. Like, if you were going to have a child, to have that person go to the NBA and be like the perfect person, and you were gonna like do some weird shit and put genes into their body and all this weird shit, like, you would like create a Frankenstein pretty much of a basketball player. You would essentially create LeBron James. That's just how he is. He's the perfect specimen, and you can hear tons of people talk about this. It's all over YouTube, and they'll tell you LeBron James really is the perfect specimen, and I truly believe that. And now there's other arguments for why LeBron, you know, might not be the best. You know, he doesn't have the most rebounds out of every player ever. He doesn't have the most assists out of every player ever. He doesn't have the most points, even though he is coming up on the list very fast. You know, he's not the perfect shooter and stuff like that, but all around, LeBron James can and will do everything on the court for his team. Out of all the players in the league, do you really think LeBron James is not the best on-court coach for his team? Now, granted, there is Chris Paul and people like that who are really good playmakers and people who like lead their team very well, but LeBron James is undoubtedly the best at leading his team. And again, back to the all-around thing, LeBron is all-around good at everything. He can guard any position from center to point guard. It does not matter. He can handle the ball very well. He's very good at rebounding. He's very good at playmaking again, you know, like passing the ball, getting it to people. Obviously, we saw that in the finals. We saw that in that game the other day on Christmas. You know, he's just very good at getting the ball to his teammates. And he's not really a selfish player. People like to call LeBron selfish, but he passes the ball a lot. And he gets a good amount of assists almost every game. So I don't really see how you could say that. And now again, obviously, he's not on the top list of people like getting the most assists in a game or the most rebounds, the most blocks. But again, are any of those people, other than Wilt Chamberlain, on any other single list for any of these? Was Magic Johnson the best scorer, rebounder, and the best at getting assists? No, he wasn't. He wasn't even really that good of a scorer. He never played a game where he scored over 40 points. Not saying that makes him bad. It's just it's not what he was good at. Or I'm not saying good at, but you know, it's not Magic Johnson, you know. But LeBron James is good at everything. He's much better at rebounding than Jordan was. Some could argue much better at passing the ball than Jordan was. He's obviously bigger and stronger than Michael Jordan was, and I guess you could argue that to an extent, you know. It's not like a weightlifting contest or anything, but I'm sure most of you would agree LeBron James is most likely stronger than Michael Jordan was during his career. Now, something else I want to talk about is how people make excuses for the reason LeBron won his championships. Like last year, people say he only won it because Draymond got suspended, obviously, after Game 5 or during Game 5, and because Bogut was injured, and, you know, a few other things, Curry just off and everything like that. But you got to think, too, if you're going to say that, you also have to notice the fact that, you know, Magic Johnson was injured, Jordan's first title, you know? It was an easy win for him. And, I mean, people just don't account stuff like that. It's really hypocritical for them to diss LeBron James and say stuff like that, saying that he's nowhere near Jordan's talent and stuff like that, when Jordan didn't have it too hard all himself the entire time. Now, I'm not saying Jordan didn't fight for his championships. Obviously, he did. It's Michael freaking Jordan. I'm just saying that people, they just give LeBron a really bad rap for it, you know? So overall, I really just want to make the point that I don't think people should just be so quick to judge LeBron James and say that he's a terrible player, that he's never going to surpass Michael Jordan, when really we haven't seen all he's capable yet. He's 32 years old, and he's still playing like he was a few years ago. Now, granted, his shooting's not as good as it was, and he's a little off, but the thing is, it's LeBron James. He's still going to play the way he needs to play to get his team to the finals and to win championships. So it doesn't matter. Like, LeBron, again, he's the perfect physical specimen. Unless a major injury comes in the next few years, which I really doubt will happen, I could see LeBron winning the next 3 to 4 championships, and I truly mean that with everything in my heart. But anyways, guys, I know this video wasn't really the best. It was kind of mumbo-jumbo. I really didn't plan this thing out. You know, I could have written some stuff down and whatever and made it scripted or something like that. You know, had what I had ready to say or whatever. But I kind of just felt like it would be a little bit better if it was kind of just, you know, improvised. You know, I mean, obviously I know what I'm saying. It's just not really writing it down, just coming up with the things that I need to say on the spot, you know. So either way, if you want me to make another video like this, I totally can. I might honestly end up writing down all the points for why I think people shouldn't judge LeBron so quick and why I do believe he is the best player in the league, and make another video that's a little bit more organized. But as for now, this is all I got. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If so, leave a like and or comment down below. Do not forget to subscribe. There is a link in the description for you to do so if you don't feel like clicking the subscribe button. And this has been your boy Blue Cams, and I'll see you bros later. Peace the frick out.
Just rap pack, besides that, nobody I trust. Back again like I never left. Young Sinatra, that's to the death. We turned up till we go deaf. Rap pack to my last breath. I cut records like Kid Cudi. Day and night, that's all the time. From the underground to the mainstream, my same team get all the shine. They wanna be, but I never knew. I just keep the peace and get revenue. Stay true.